Here on this 2016 Kia Sorento, we'll be having a look at and showing you how to install the Etrailer.com Class 3 trailer hitch receiver, part number E98843. Here's what our hitch looks like installed. One of the first things you'll notice about this hitch is that there's plenty of clearance around the receiver, which makes this a great hitch to use with bike racks and cargo carriers, which is what many of our customers are buying a hitch for their Sorento for, is to use with a bike rack. Now, even though we have plenty of clearance around a receiver and the hitch itself isn't concealed behind the fascia, it does sit up nice and tight against it and follows all the lines of the vehicle nicely to give us a nice clean look. One thing that really sets this hitch apart from others in the market is the finish of it. It has a matte black carbide finish, which is much more durable than your standard powder coat coating of a gloss black or a flat black. It's much more scratch resistant and is also much more corrosion resistant. So you'll have a nice looking hitch in your vehicle for a very long time. On the side of our receiver, you'll find our industry standard 5/8 of an inch diameter hitch pinhole that you can use a pin and clip to secure your hitch mounted accessories. On the end of our receiver, you'll find this nice collar that's welded on. Not only does it help give us a nice finished look, but it also does help improve the strength of the receiver opening. On the bottom of our hitch, you'll find our plate style safety chain loops. Now these have a very large opening, which is great because if you have a large diameter safety chain hook like this one, you can still easily clip on and clip off without any problems. This hitch features a 750-pound max tongue weight rating, which is the amount forcing down, and a 5,000-pound max gross trailer weight rating, which is the amount it can pull. You want to make sure you do consult with the owner's manual of your Sorento and not exceed what the vehicle is rated for. Go by whichever number is less. Now for a few measurements to better assist you in choosing any hitch mounted accessory you may need, such as a ball mount, bike rack, or a cargo carrier. You're looking at about 12 inches from the ground to the top of the 2-inch receiver opening, and about 4 inches from the center of the hitch pinhole to the rearmost part of the back bumper. Now that we've gone over some features, we'll show you how to get it installed. To begin our install, we're going to open our rear hatch and lower our spare tire. In order to lower the spare tire, we'll open up on this compartment here. We use a flathead screwdriver to open this cover. And then we'll use the tools that come with the vehicle to lower the tire. Now, since we need to lower our exhaust in order to install our hitch, we're going to put a support strap in place underneath the exhaust in order to prevent any damage from occurring. We'll be removing 3 exhaust hangers. We have one here, another one at the very front of our muffler, and the last one here at the very back. And make them come off a little bit easier, we'll use some spray lubricant, and we'll use a pry bar to pry them off. With our hangers off, we'll now lower the exhaust a little bit to give us the room we need to work. Now we need to remove this underbody panel on the driver's side. In order to do that, we'll first remove these 5 plastic fasteners here. So we'll unscrew the center section with a Phillips screwdriver. Then we can grab it and pull the whole push pin out. Sometimes you need a small flathead screwdriver to help apply some downward pressure as you unscrew it. Now we'll remove the 2 14mm nuts right here, the plastic nuts. As we do this, we'll pull down to help release it. And we have one final plastic pushpin fastener on the back side by the fender liner. You can also use a trim panel tool if they're stuck to help pull it out. Then we can pull the panel down and out of the way. Now we need to remove the rubber plugs in the bottom of our frame rail. We'll have one on each side of the vehicle. We'll just use a screwdriver or a trim panel tool to pull it down and then pull it out. Now looking up at the bottom of our frame rail, we're looking at the driver's side. The passenger side is very similar. We'll have two weld nuts on the bottom of the frame rail. We'll use the rear one on the driver's side only, and we'll use both of them on the passenger side. We also have two holes that go vertically through the frame. We'll utilize those as well. For our weld nuts, it's a good idea to spray some lubricant inside of them and use a wire brush to clean out the threads. We have these available on our website as part number 814092. This will just help remove any loose dirt, debris, or possible corrosion that's inside. For our weld nuts, we'll secure our hitch into place using a bolt and a conical tooth washer. The teeth will face away from the bolt head and face towards the hitch. Now we'll raise the hitch up over the exhaust on the passenger side, and we'll secure it with our bolts. Now we'll take our carriage bolts. We have two different diameter ones. We have 7/16 and 1/2 inch. The larger ones go on the driver's side of the vehicle. They'll go through the hitch, through the hole, and out the side. Once we have the bolt through, we can thread on one of our flange nuts. We'll do the same for both locations. The passenger side uses our smaller diameter bolts. It goes from the inside through the hitch and through the frame rail, and it's a little more difficult to see, but it's still fairly easy to do. Okay, with both of our bolts through on the passenger side, we'll now thread on our flange nuts. Now we'll go ahead and tighten all of our hardware. And that will torque all of our hardware to the amount specified in the instructions. Now we can raise our exhaust back up, reinstall our hangers. All right, with the exhaust back up, our strap can come down. And our underbody panel will go back up now at this time too. Now when reinstalling these pins, you can simply push the center section back up and it'll lock into place. And now we can reinstall our spare tire. And that completes our look at and showing you how to install the Etrailer.com Class 3 trailer hitch receiver, part number E98843 on this 2016 Kia Sorento.